High-end Japanese restaurants frequently offer freshly ground Japanese horseradish, also known as wasabi, to accompany the sashimi they serve. In Taiwan, it is hard to find the right environment for the wasabi plant to thrive. Alishan is one of the very few places in Taiwan suited to its cultivation. Wasabi produced in Alishan is of both high quality and high price, and it has become Alishan's main cash crop. However, the Forestry Bureau is expected to completely eliminate its cultivation by the end of the year on the grounds that wasabi farmers have been illegally occupying state-owned land, and its cultivation has created problems with soil and water conservation. Our Sunday in-depth report.
Visitors to Alishan are attracted to this store display rack featuring mountain products advertised as genuine Alishan Wasabi. However, many of these products contain cheap Western wasabi. Where can genuine, fresh Alishan Wasabi be found? Most wasabi fields are located in the Alishan National Forest Recreation Area. According to regulations, cultivation of wasabi must first be approved and checked by the Forestry Bureau. These days, wasabi crops are flourishing, with many farmers busy digging it out and carefully separating the roots, seedlings, leaves, and stem. Alishan, with an altitude above 2,000 meters, meets the rare environmental conditions needed for wasabi to thrive. It has become the only place in Taiwan that produces wasabi.
You see how loose Alishan's soil is? See how slippery it is? Our soil is so good, it's so slippery. It can easily turn into a ball when squeezed. The reason why other places, including Hehuanshan and the Central Mountain Range, are not so good is because their soil is different from ours. It's all gravel and rock, and water drains too quickly.
Alishan's wasabi is actually a foreign non-native species. During the Japanese occupation, the Japanese came to Alishan to carry out logging and brought wasabi from their hometowns. Originally, it was cultivated in small-scale areas, but in the 1980s, with the opening of the Alishan Highway, large-scale cultivation of wasabi began. Cultivation of wasabi yields several times the profit of other vegetables, causing farmers to gradually drop other crops in favor of wasabi.
In the past, many people were involved in this cultivation, probably around 500 to 600. People farm in Alishan's high-altitude locations.
Most of the wasabi is exported to Japan, making it still difficult to find in Taiwan.
Only a limited amount is produced here, and it's quite rare and very expensive. 1 kilogram is a couple of thousand new Taiwan dollars.
While the cost of real wasabi produced in Alishan is quite high, wasabi packages are sold commercially throughout Taiwan. They are mostly made in factories with chemical additives.
Natural wasabi is a lighter green and has a moist taste. The wasabi with chemical additives, of course, will look better and brighter. Much pigment is added and it looks very green. Its taste is also drier.
However, although regarded as expensive and exclusive, cultivation of wasabi is destroying Alishan's environment.
When cultivating wasabi, there's typically a special ditch created that leads water to run off. That can also cause soil erosion and damage to the park.
To increase the sunlight on the wasabi crops, branches and leaves from cedars on the mountaintop have been removed, but this is having an impact.
Rain now falls directly on the ground and can cause the loss of... It's probably why the soil is so loose. The canopy down to middle-level shrubs, down to the ground with grass cover, prevents the rain from having a direct impact on the soil.
In addition, these wasabi fields are on state-owned forest lands, and the farmers are classed as engaging in illegal occupation. The Forestry Bureau in September 2015 sent a formal letter to inform wasabi farmers that the government will reclaim all the wasabi fields by the end of 2016. The wasabi farmers produce contracts signed with the Forestry Bureau, showing that over the past 20 to 30 years they had obtained the government's permission to farm this land.
In fact,
wasabi cultivation has produced many negative effects. From 2008, we continually tried to encourage these wasabi farmers to transfer to other work within the forest recreation area.
The wasabi industry is not only related to the farmers' livelihoods, but is also integral to tourism in Alishan. People are thinking of new ways to balance the conflicting interests of farmers, tourism, and soil conservation.
这边大概1/3，对。
Alishan wasabi can only grow in areas which have an average temperature of 8 degrees, and it takes 18 months to grow. Some seed companies are introducing new varieties that can be cultivated in just 8 months.
我们以前一般我们在山上种植的 wasabi。
It's a little different than the wasabi which we planted before in the mountains. It isn't as fragrant, but because they may be banning it, we'll see if we can grow it.
The Taiwan Forestry Research Institute is also using greenhouses with temperature control technology to grow wasabi outside mountainous areas and during the summer.
We used a controlled environment to grow this wasabi, which was planted in June or July. We hope it can germinate and then we can plant it in the field.
The fate of locally grown wasabi may be in the hands of new technology or simply farmers introducing new varieties of seeds. Whatever is the case, many are hoping there can be a balance where wasabi farming can continue without damaging the precious ecosystem of the mountains.